Okay, I assume I've thoroughly fed everyone off with SirToys for now, so let's do something slightly different and official. So we're going to have a quick look at something I probably should have reviewed a while ago, but Transformers Siege Springer. Now let me reassure anyone who doesn't know, I'm not a big fan of Springer. Mainly from the film. I know he's been in the Wreckers and stuff like that, but just not a big fan. I mean, what was he for? We already had the main flashy guy with Hot Rod. You know, we already had the loud guy with the gimmick. We had this, we had that. What was Springer even there for? He was the triple changer. That's it. Who cares? But enough of that. Let's just stop alienating my audience before we do this review. It's quite nice. I did have the G1. I might have it somewhere. I got it second hand, but apart from the chrome on the gun and the stuff being chipped, it's quite nice. We're going to start in the robot mode, then I think we'll try the helicopter mode, and then we'll see if we can bumble our way back into robot mode, because the helicopter mode... See, this isn't far from the robot mode. I should have probably started in helicopter. But the helicopter's like, right, this is the middle. This is car mode. Robot mode's here. Helicopter mode's over here. There's no... It's going to be fun, okay? But it's a nice enough little thing. It's got a port there, and 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 there. Lots of ports for some of the weaponizer guys, all the stuff he comes with. Which, for argument's sake, is one giant cannon. Yeah, and you can put it in the top there, and he's got a big spinny gun on top. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, pew. Don't really like that. But I'm not a fan of modular weapons like these. It should be well stated by now. But for argument's sake, if we take this off and split it down to what it is, so we got this piece, which is a thing. Yeah, it's for helicopter mode, but otherwise it's got no purpose at all. We have two swords, which are very happy to bend, but they're reasonably nice. And for argument's sake, they've got these slots in the top there, which in all three modes you can store on these little tabs sticking out. In all three modes, you can store them on those. We got this, which is one big gun, but no, it's actually two big guns. And yes, you can only do it that way around. I mean, I suppose you could do that if you wanted. Don't know why you would, but you know. And you put it here, or here, or here, or here. I generally just like stick them there. Yeah, go in there. I think the cat's eating something she shouldn't, but whatever. And just because it's there, we'll just dump that on top. Maybe it's a radar. That looks a bit daft now, doesn't it? Looks a little bit silly. I mean, you can take these and... Can you put them on this? No. Put them on the sides of the gun. This gun here. This has also got the tabs on the side. You can put them on there. Which is why I tend to just stick them into the big cannon on top and just leave them to it. But whatever. You can do what you want. And for the size comparison, might be a bit of an unfair one, but we're doing it anyway. Here is my KO Leader Class Studio Series Overload. So he's Voyager. Go away. Now, for the transformation, we're going to go to helicopter mode, as I said. Yeah. How do we do this again? Right. We're going to get these side pieces and we're just going to pull them loose and fold that to about there. This is one of the most complicated hinge systems of all time. It works, but it's complicated. So we'll pull this loose. There's a big tab here that goes into a slot there, and we can get that loose. Now, just to show you this hinge system, it hinges here, inside, hinges there, here, up and down, and here. This is the shoulder, and this is shoulder. So that's forward and back on the shoulder. This is in and out on the shoulder. These two are just for transformation. Okay, I believe we can fold these inside now. That shouldn't cause an issue. We're going to get this back section here and untab it from this back bit here. There are those angular green tabs going to slots in the top there. And we're going to double hinge this over the top. And so leave it about there. We just need clearance at the minute. That's about all we're doing. We're getting clearance. Okay, so we're going to... I'm not sure if you're supposed to try and double hinge this out first. Right. There is, again, where am I? Giant double hinge in there. See that? So we'll try and get this loose. And rotate this on hinges in here over the top. So it's like that. Which, yeah, is going towards robot mode. But we're going to stop before we get to robot mode, okay? Right, where am I? Okay. This is where it gets really funky. We're going to take what will be the legs apart. Come on. Come on, unpeg. Unpeg. There we go. Okay. Take them apart. We'll do it this way. So we're looking at it from underneath, okay? Because otherwise it's going to get really confusing. Rotate it so that the shins are facing away from the back. Yeah, facing to the back. Make sure these are tabbed into the solid. Okay. And now we are going to get this piece here on that pin, untab, fold out. And on this pin, get this piece, unfold, and straighten it all the way out to there. Yeah, I know this is really complicated, okay? So we get this whole piece on that pin, and just fold it out. And then we get this piece on that pin, and rotate it out to here. Now these, if you look at the side, will be the tail. So let's just push it. Oh, it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Well, see there's two tiny little pins there. Yeah, we've got to straighten the leg out to the side and fold the hip in. See this hip bit? Folds it. It's not that difficult when you got it in hand, but trying to explain it to you guys is a bit... Now we close all this together. Okay. Okay. We get this piece, which will be the foot, and should normally be in this configuration for both other modes. But on this pin, we're going to rotate it so it's on the outside of the leg there. So from here, 180 to there. And now, with everything else out of the way, we're going to close these over here, and these little tabs that used to keep the thighs together, the calves together, yeah, now they just sort of grip onto these ridges. Not amazingly well, but it just makes sure you know they're in place. And then we can just fold this and tab it together. That's the back done. Yeah, it's the most difficult part, I think. Although this bit isn't super easy. Now we can try and double hinge this back into place. We just need that loose for clearance. And try and shove that all the way back. Make sure it's about right. Don't know how I know it's about right, but we're going to put it to about there and see what happens. Now we're going to rotate this bit back over, and these same triangular points, where am I? These go into those little slots on each side. See that? And if I haven't messed up, they should all line up and it should all go together very well. Like I say, I haven't really transformed this guy very often, so not for a while anyway. Okay, now I need to bring this darker grey piece inside to there. And then this... Oh, do I still need these green bits down? Oh, I do apologise. I'm so sorry. Alright. Now we just rotate this inside, and where am I? It's just gonna... This big hook's gonna go in there somewhere, whatever. Shove it in there, and then this big tab is gonna go into somewhere Oh, wait, no, I haven't finished yet. Oh, fair. Because you can't just shove those in place, can you? No. More transformation to happen. I should have just gone to robot mode. Get this piece here. Split it. And rotate that whole piece over. Now, will be the arm, obviously. But before we worry about any of that, we need to get this little bit here, which might have a slightly different grey, not quite. Rotate that out. And pull this dark green piece out. Actually slides there. Close that back up. And doing that reveals that little slot there, which is what goes onto this tab. So let me just make sure that's all lined up and tab that in. That's into place. Okay. Ugh. Like I say, this thing's fiddly, really fiddly. Especially to explain. When you get it in hand, like none of this feels like it's going to break. It's all solid. It's just because I'm having to stop and think about what I'm doing instead of just doing it. It feels a lot more complicated than it is. So I've opened that up, folded this green piece over, slid it out, closed that back up, shove that into place, tab that on, come on. There. Make sure that's all closed up. Okay. And now we just rotate these pieces over the top and they sit on top of these little tabs or whatever. You might need to adjust them to your preference. And there we have it. Unfortunately, now we need to go to additional parts. So we get the two swords, and we get this piece, and these actually slide into there. Slide that into there. Which way around is it? That way, so turn it that way. Just to make these on the opposite ends, just to make them look more like rotors. And we'll plug it in top. And that's your heli chopper mode. Yay! Looks alright. Looks about as good as Springer did. But then you got the guns left over. Okay, so you got here, 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 and if you want you can probably try the hands as well. And nothing at the back now, unfortunately. So you can put them on top there. I kind of like the look of this one. Put them on top there, and then yeah, it's kind of nice. Yeah, you put them on the side. You can try and put them up here, but then you're going to kind of affect the rotors a bit. Try and put them on here. But I don't really like that. What little use these wings are for, I'm guessing steering or something. Don't really want that being completely impacted by a giant gun. But if you don't like either of those, my personal preference is to plug this together and using this peg, not that one, because you can use it, that one if you want, is I plug it into there. Now you can use that one if you want and make it really silly stick out the front. But if you use the back one, this actually goes into the gap where the cross sort of place is. There. Actually plugs in. And it just looks a bit more uniform, a bit more tidied up, but it's still a nose gun. Personal preference. That's what I like. Okay. Everyone likes their own personal preference, don't they? That's kind of the point. Size comparison. Oh yeah, and the wheels still kind of work in this mode if you care about that. And size comparison. There it is, next to Leader Class Overload. Still. And it's still Voyager. Okay. Let's take this off. Take this off. And get into the robot mode. Okie smoky. So we're going to pull the arms loose. Okay, and we're going to pull them all the way out, because why not? All the way out. And we're going to tidy these. Well, we might as well just get these all the way up to the robot mode. So we're going to open this up. Nope. Come on. Rotate this over, because at the minute it's sitting on that tab, which stops it from closing. Open that up. Close that in. Fold that over the top. And we're going to get this piece, fold it in, then fold it again. And that's a shoulder. Not sure if any of that was on screen. Yay. So when you get this piece, rotate it over the top. Get the back bit loose again, rotate the whole thing down. Close this up and it actually covers up a bit of detail there. Which is quite nice. Fold that around the back. And we get this. Come on, camera, play the game. Fold it in and fold that all the way down. No, the two shoulders. Yay! Get this piece loose, which probably won't worry too much about doing it. It will like to pop loose. Now we get this all the way around, tie it into place. This all the way around, tie it into place. And then we split this whole thing. Okay. You can do it without hitting anything else. Bring the shoulders back up, hips back up into place. Come on, get out of the way, hinges. Into place. Good, good, good. This is going to pop that loose, isn't it? Sorry. Fold the little tail fin bits back in. Rotate that loose, which is going to pop that loose. Whatever. Rotate that around. Make sure that's tabbed in. Bring this down. Flatten it off. Try that again. That's going to pop that loose because I'm an idiot. Fine. That's tucked in. Close that up. Close that up. Rotate this around so it's back where it was with the car mode. And bring that up. At which point we can rotate at the hip. That's one leg. That's two. Oh, come on, camera. Really? I'm trying to adjust myself so I can hold the camera a bit better. I'm getting tired, sorry. Alright, okay. Good. Raise this up a bit. Okay. Okay. Come on, don't start twisting already. Alright. Now we're going to get the double hingy thing, which I really don't like. Get that all the way up. Okay. And we get this piece, and on a hinge there, we rotate all of this down, fold this green bit past and over, at which point we can bring that back up, close that up. Is that about right? Oh, okay, we're going to close these side bits up, bring that down, then close that back up. Ugh. Bring it down. So get it so it's just in front of these green hinge bits here. Come on, don't fight with me. It's not going to tab in yet. You just want it sort of in place. Rotate these. You know what? Let's just leave it open. Fine, you clearly don't want to play nice today. Bring this up. Bring this up. We want to get these. Because if you can see there, those little grooves. Oh, come on, camera. I'm getting annoyed with you now. See these little groove bits here? These green, yellowy bits here sit in those grooves. I'm pretty sure. So we get that up into place, bring that over the top, sort of sits where it wants to go, just about. And then this comes up, and these big hook bits go into that gap there. Come on, there you go. That's better. Stay in place. Come on. There we go. That is El Springerette in robot mode. Oh, come on. Apologies for the camera today, children. And as much as I'm not a huge fan of the character, this is a very pretty figure. I mean, look at him. It does make me laugh how many people shelled out for the third-party figures, and then this turned up. It was like, ha ha ha, third-party guys, ha ha. Knockoff merchants. Now people are like, oh, why do you like third-party? You like knockoffs? It's like, well, because they're too expensive, really. If someone wanted to, if one of the third-party guys wanted to try and prove me wrong and like donate a really expensive combiner set to me, hint, no. I just can't afford it. They're out of my price range, sorry. But here he is. Oh yeah, and if you hadn't done, just bring that up into place. Now, this sort of sits in place. I thought there's a tiny little tab there, a slot there, and a tab on this. They kind of go together, but you kind of get the urge to do that. and it's just a bit messy. But he's a very pretty figure. Very pretty figure. Oh, come on. That's what I get for getting distracted by actually doing my, what I'm supposed to be doing instead of staring at the camera and moving. Getting annoyed. Should actually bring up my tripod. Getting annoyed. Okay. Well, he's got waist. Bit limited because it catches on this back hinge, but it's there. All the way around. No, not quite. It's because this hinge piece actually catches on there, so it goes most of the way. And most of the way. Swivel. Just over 90-degree band. Out to about there. Swivel. Which is nice. Swivel. Back to there. Front to there. All the way out for transformation. Ankle tilt all the way around. That way. Not so much back, but yeah. And as long as it's all tabbed together properly. Over 90-degree knee band. Quite nice. Make sure it's all tabbed together. So he's a well-made thing, and he feels quite so. Oh, come on, camera. Sorry, kids. I'm looking at the figure. I'm not always looking at the camera. Okay, so he gets this, and if you want, you can just put that straight on his arm. He can be like a GoBot. If you're into that sort of thing. But again, storage. There. Sword tabs. It's all still there. Oh yeah, he's got these more for weaponizer, I think. Although I think the weaponizer are a bit small for the Voyagers. That's one of the things I've noticed. Not that I've played too much with them, and I certainly haven't reviewed them. Right. So let's just put all this so he can put his swords in his hands. And you can two-sword, I dare say you probably did in one of the comics, but I'm not really a big fan of him having two swords. It's not really me. But you can store him on these, which I didn't show in helicopter mode because he was kind of using them. Store them on the back there, and they're quite neat and tidy. However, you look at them funny, and they fall off. The amount of times I've almost lost these. And I don't want to mess around with glue, like tightening them up or anything like that. Just be very aware that they will just fall off whenever they feel like. This thing just stick in the middle because there's nowhere else to put it. You get these, yay! You're not supposed to be on the table. Get off the table. Oi! Luna! Oi! Oi! Off! Off! Your mum's going to go mental. Move! Go on! There you go. Okay, back to your regularly scheduled video. Oh, this is going. See what I mean? They just fall off. So you get those, and the camera's gone wonky. I had it just about set, and now I've got to move again. Yay! I have to tighten these up a little bit. And you can kind of stick them on the shoulders if you want. No, don't try climbing on me. You've been told you're not allowed on the table. On your shoulders. You can put them wherever. It's not the big problem, you know? But again, if you want storage, you can just shove them on the backpack, because why not? And then that almost looks like it's holding them. Not that it stays that way, but, you know. Put the swords on there. And it's neat and tidy that everything stores on the back. Quite nice. Stop leaning, camera. It's really getting on my nerves now. And for size comparison, if I straighten him out a bit, that's what I get for messing. And that's what I get for playing with my toys. Oh no. There's Titans Return Quake. So he's not that much taller than a Deluxe, or at least from the Titans Return line. The siege heights have always been a bit squiffy. So he's not... Let's just bring this down a bit for a marker height. There you go. He's not that much taller, but you can look at him, you can look at his mass. There's a lot more plastic there. So you can kind of understand why he's there. And yeah, it's quite cool. I can see you. You're not allowed on the table. Better. Alright, I'm going to have to go and shout at some kittens in a minute, so I'm going to have to call this a day. But yeah, he's definitely more solid. And if you can catch him, especially these days, if you can get him for a decent price, go for it. If you missed out on him, he's worth picking up. He's, like I say, this video makes it seem really messy, but when you've got him in hand and you know what you're doing, you just autopilot and do it. It's not. Sometimes lining up a couple of the tabs is a bit fiddly, but it's not the most difficult thing in the world. Right, I've got to go shout at a kitten. So, yeah, this one. I should be ugly. I should be wretched. I shall see all of you in the next one. Bye.